available is just an entire show of hot takes. Just an entire show of hot takes.
You want to hear a hot take? Just walk outside in New York right now. It's 94 degrees.
I mean, it's been a month, but we're back. Ish.
We're all happy to see each other.
Are we really happy to see each other? This is the court-ordered meditation that's happening right now.
It's true.
We do this for the kids.
Lost.
We do this for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
For the cure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, are we talking about the band The Cure or the actual cure? Huge difference.
Oh, wow. Lord Taco
Scott's
starting
fun
us off.
run. For the cure. Lord Taco, you son of a bitch.
Oh, 5. Aren't you supposed to be in a shed right now?
Taco night was last night, Lord Taco.
A shed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still
I
trying to
opted
find the
because
exact Caleb Williams dress.
yes, I have a baseball game tonight. I'm actually in my baseball pants right now.
Lame.
Ooh.
Lame.
Let's zoom in on that. Give me those short shorts. Ooh.
What? Oh.
Ooh.
Fanatics? Can we see the
Okay,
crack?
Look at the dumper. All right. Yeah. Got a little wagon back there. You know, been working out on my legs.
You look
Wagon. Yeah, it's more like one of those like kiddie tricycles more than a wagon, but we'll accept it.
Okay.
That's
The
fair.
girl that I am seeing right now said, "You almost have a donk." And I was like, "You are on crack." Number one, you find me attractive, so your opinion.
Yeah,
is
I would say
invalid.
she might be on crack, honestly.
Yes.
I mean, dude, girls love the baseball, but just saying.
Mhm.
So,
Why do you
what
think I
are
play
we
baseball?
talking about today in this
Adam's
clickbait
crack
episode?
girl.
What are the vibes like? Tom actually is
Adam's
back from
butt.
his international trip. Why don't we just start there? Tom, tell us what you did, what went down, and then we'll go from there.
A lot went down in a bathroom in Mexico
Oh.
City. I can tell you that much.
I mean,
Unspeakable things.
I mean, sometimes we have to go with some prostitutes in a back bathroom. I completely understand that.
It wasn't even fun. No, it was just.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, I remember my one time in New Orleans. It was bad.
What happened, Tom?
You got food poisoning in
Yeah,
Mexico.
so I got like really. So we went to 5 countries in 10 days to raise money for St. Jude. We ended with over $186,000,
Dude.
which brings us to over $1 million donated to charity in just 3 years. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Oh, congrats.
So that was good. But when I went to Mexico, the first day I got there was great. I had the greatest tacos of my life. It was so great. Then the second time, I had just like this big plate, and like there was definitely like vegetables and stuff like that on there. And then I had it for leftovers later that night. Also, a few shots of mezcal at the fan event. And I woke up at 5 a.m. on Thursday, and I was like really sick, like just profusely sweating, could not stop going to the bathroom, like nothing solid. It was awful. And this happened for about 5 hours. Between just like stomach being on fire, went to go throw up one time and literally didn't have anything in me, so it was just dry heaving. It was really, I got like really sick. Like there was talks about like going to the hospital and all that fun stuff. But then the lucha stuff, which was supposed to happen at 10:30, we got it pushed back to 11:30. So after waking up at 5 a.m., being sick all morning for 6 hours, I got into an Uber, just kept my eyes closed the entire time, just head down, and then wrestled with Lucha Libre wrestlers, and then got on a 9-hour flight to Brazil. So,
Right.
yeah.
And
And
now
I didn't eat a
yes.
meal from Wednesday to Sunday because I literally couldn't keep anything down except water.
And you did have a lot of other stretch goals along the way and different events that you
Oh, yeah.
would do as you hit different numbers. What other events were there that you did similar to the Lucha Libre?
Oh, yeah. Well, we fell off. I didn't realize it was not a fall, but literally still had to walk off the edge of a stadium. So that was fun in London. That was terrifying. It was raining. It was windy. And that was literally right after the plane because we took a Uber to the stadium. So, like, we still had our bags and everything. Did the boot or the equivalent of 6 pints in one shot in Germany. That was a lot of fun. That hurt me the next day. I was back-to-back 6-hour fan events. That was rough. But then did flamenco dance lessons in Madrid, which was so much fun. Oh my God, it was so much fun. And then we hit 100K in under 10 days. So I had to score a soccer goal in a pickup game of soccer, which I did in Sao Paulo, and then did a 15-hour stream until we raised the money. It was $1 million. That's it.
And at $1 million for charity over 3. Can we get some W's in the chat
We did it.
for our resident fundraiser for good, TDG Tom Daniel
Not
Grassi?
that great. Not that great.
We are talking about, though, how many quarterbacks
Oh, wait,
for Super Bowls are getting paid.
I
Yes,
have one
5.
question.
yes.
Is Uber called Over in Germany? Is the app?
No. No, but it's publicly owned, which is interesting in Uber. So like in Germany, it's publicly owned, so it's different from how it is here. So like
Green
yeah, like
Bay
the cars are like
Packers.
really nice and everything like that. It was nice.
Also, what you had in Mexico is referred to as angry dragons, where you just have these giant dragons in your stomach and it's trying to come out of all your holes.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
That's
It was not fun.
that's all I had to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Scooter. I just had to get those 2 very important points out.
No interruption at all. I interrupt this, though, to talk about Trevor Lawrence being now the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. What was your initial reaction when you saw this 5?
My thing is just how the NFL works, in the fact that continually the highest paid quarterback is not the best quarterback, right? It's inarguable that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, and he's not even the best paid. Like, how much more is Trevor Lawrence making? Like, it just seemed, and then Tua, when he signs his deal, is going to be more than that, and then Dak likely will be more than that, and then at some point, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the 3rd or 4th best paid quarterback when he's clearly the best player in the league. It just doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, I think like Trevor Lawrence is interesting, and it's like his contract overall is pretty good for the Jags. His cap hits are actually like pretty low for the next I don't know, like 3 or 4 years. And Tom and I talked about this, and I think like I, along with Adam, just get annoyed when a guy who's not the best quarterback keeps getting like the number 1 money. I think that's, and I think all of us know how the NFL work, right? Like we get it. We get what they're doing, why they're resetting the market. It works for all the players, or all the other quarterbacks. Like I'm fine with all that. I think when you're not in the realm of making that kind of money, when you're a fan, even though you understand it on a mental level, you're just like, what? Well, why? Why is Trevor Lawrence making $55 million a year now? And it's not a knock on Trevor Lawrence. And I think one of the most interesting things that's happened since he got paid is watching Twitter fight about whether Trevor Lawrence is the most underrated, best quarterback in the league, or whether he's horrible. But like I started thinking, and it's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. It's like, when's the last time like a quarterback who got paid won a Super Bowl? And it feels
Mahomes.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
Well, it's Patrick Mahomes, but he won the last 2, right? He's won 3 in 5 years.
But has his cap hit fully actualized?
His cap hit, I think this might be the first season where the cap hit was kind of big.
So that's a technicality. Like the last 2 rosters have not included that deal. So his window to be effective.
Mahomes is crazy because he won before he got paid, and then he won after he got paid. So he's an anomaly in a lot of ways. But really, when you start to look at it, it's pretty much every quarterback who wins is a guy who's been paid. You got the Eagles in there.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that was Wentz.
Oh,
well, Foles got the win. Wentz got
Uh-huh.
paid after that, even though he didn't win the Super Bowl, right?
He was on an MVP pace that year, though.
He
I mean,
was,
that's why.
but that's another like kind of outlier, I guess. But Russ got his first Super Bowl win before he got paid, right? He got paid shortly after that or whatever. So Russell Wilson, and then of course
Flacco
Joe
before
Flacco
he got
paid
paid.
after.
Eli Manning got paid well after 2008, and then he got bumped up again after 2012, and the team was garbage after that. So
So Roethlisberger, was his first Super Bowl win before he got paid?
Before he got drafted in 04, so 09 would be the year he got paid.
Yeah. So I think, but like this thing is, there's this narrative out there about like teams got to win a Super Bowl when their quarterback is like on their rookie deal. But like we rarely see that happen.
Well, there's got to be a confluence of experience and ability, right, of the quarterback and the fact that he's not getting paid and his roster, being balanced enough. Go back up. I think Matthew Stafford was paid pretty heavily, right, when he came to the Rams. Like he's
Yeah, he
on
was
his
still getting
last
paid.
deal. That one's one of those where it's like, yeah, he was taking, but the Rams that year, they were able to circumvent so many cap rules anyways. They paid everyone and they went all in and won.
If you're looking at this chart right now, other than the Rams, which of these teams went all in and won that year?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay did. The Rams, yeah, we talked about. But real quick, Aaron Rodgers technically got paid and then won the Super Bowl.
Was it that same season?
He got that contract. So he had, I think there was not many starts that he had because he got paid because he was drafted in 05. It was 08.
Okay.
It was like during that 5-year stretch, like under that 5 years, he got paid before the Super Bowl.
I swear to God, if Jordan Love gets paid and then also wins the Super Bowl just for like that Packers doing everything perfectly narrative, it's
annoying.
It's gonna be so annoying.
Hell yeah.
But like they're on pace to do it, which is insane.
Yeah, like but that's the thing. So that's the current talk with Packers fans because we're seeing all these quarterbacks get paid. Like Dak is still gonna have to get paid. Tua is still gonna have to get paid. But we're looking at it as like, all right, like Jordan's price keeps on going up, even though you only saw him for one season. Like they're gonna have to pay. It's gonna be at least like $55 million. When we were talking about this months and months ago, I was like, oh, like it might be $50 million, something like that. But now, as you're gonna see these contracts start to kick in, yeah, like it's gonna be 55, 60 mil a year.
I do have a question about your Dallas Cowboys, Scooter. What's going on? Are you going to extend Dak and Micah Parsons and CD, or are you just gonna kick the can down the road and keep raising your price? So I'm just trying to figure out what they're doing right now.
That is a great question. And one of the things being a Dallas Cowboys fan that we have always hated and continue to hate is the way management does deals with players. Because if you look at what's happening, all the Cowboys are doing is repeating history. And history is we wait until the very last moment, till the player has all the leverage, and then we try and play stonewall, we try and play chicken, and then we give in and we give them a bag. That's where we're at with Dak right now, with Dak having all the leverage. That's where we're at with CD right now, with CD having all the leverage. We should have done both of those deals years ago. We should have got them when they were cheap. Now we're going to have to pay market rate, and market rate is anywhere between 50 to 60 for Dak. And I believe CD's going to get paid $1 or $2 million under Justin Jefferson's rate, what he got. What's going to be interesting is to see what we do with Micah, because we don't have to sign Micah right now.
But
we
is he
still
going to
have him
hold
under
out?
contract.
That's the question.
So that one will be interesting to see what happens. He could even get franchised potentially next season. So I do think we signed Dak, and I think we signed CD at whatever their rates are going to be. Management just waited too long yet again.
But yeah,
That's all that's happening.
Again, though, like it's again. Like we've heard this before. This was Dak before, and it's like you said. They're like, oh, we're gonna play tough, and then they get into a situation where it's like, well, we got to give out some money now.
No
Yeah,
one
but
believes Trey Lance is going to be this. If you are a Cowboys fan and you believe Trey Lance is in our future, stop. Dak is going to be the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Whatever you're hearing, it's not true. There's no way Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones lets Dak become a quarterback and play for another team in the next 4 to 5. It's a 0% chance. We remember what it was like before Tony Romo. And the people who don't are the ones who want Dak gone.
Don't
Y'all
even
don't
have to go that far. Remember when he got injured in 2020? How bad you were then?
The thing with Jera and his kids are money's inconsequential, so it's worth the risk to them to hold out and be in a poor leverage situation, because really all they want is the player. They'll overpay. Jerry has proved time and time again that he'll overpay just for that security. Like, if it works out for him, good. If he overpays, he doesn't care. He can't take any of that money to the grave with him. He wants to see another championship, so he's going to throw the money at whoever he wants. It's just interesting that they just haven't done a deal.
I want to see what your guys' thoughts are. I'm just switching gears here a little bit, but Jerry said we're going all in. What I think he meant to say was we're going all in the UFL, because the Cowboys have been linked to signing multiple UFL players. And I'm just saying, I didn't bring this up. I didn't bring the stat up right. I'm just saying.
Hey, it worked out with Brendan Aubrey. That's why.
It worked out with Brendan Aubrey. It worked out with Kavontae Turpin. They were in the UFL, and they were all pro the next year.
Wasn't there a quarterback, Ben DiNucci or somebody?
Have to pay back.
I don't know if Ben is from the UFL.
Yeah. Well, it was the XFL, but DiNucci is the Seattle Dragons. And then, he was with the Broncos after the nice XFL season. Here's no matter what you do, Scooter, your Cowboys are cursed. You are so cursed.
I believe
as soon as somebody makes a stat, a visual representation of your quarterback and Patrick Mahomes having the same stats, you're screwed. You're going to pay Dak, and he's going to be terrible. You're going to trade him or let him move on, he's going to be great.
That's
whatever you do, it's wrong. And let me show you why.
Whatever we do,
he's going to finish this one. I
saw it happen to me last season, Scooter. We were getting Russell Wilson's played statistically just as good as Patrick Mahomes, and now he gone.
And that's the Steelers' benefit now. Let's go, baby. Low-end starter, here we come.
We'll see how it plays out. Have faith in Dak.
It's funny because there's two eyes in statistics, but they're not in someone's face. Because if you used your two eyeballs to watch Russell Wilson play last year, you saw that those statistics were absolute BS.
That was a journey to get to that joke. Oh boy.
I'm sorry, I got it. I got it though.
Scenic route. I was like, you know what? Let's stop real quick. I just got to go to the bathroom. Let's take a look. We get out the binoculars.
We arrived though. We got there. We all came
reached
together.
The destination, and then we looked out for 5 minutes. It was like, all right, let's get back in the car real quick.
Let's take this thing full circle.
Real quick, Scoots. So, in 2008, Rodgers got his contract. He had only played, I think it was like 7 games or something, like in his actual career at that point. And it was 6 years, $63.52 million, like total. Then he won a Super Bowl. They did in 2013, and it was a 5-year, $110 million deal. So, like, these guys are going to get paid in 2 years what Rodgers made literally in 5 at that point.
It's crazy.
I remember when Eli Manning, when he won the Super Bowl, he was signed for like $16 million, and everyone was going crazy. They're like $16 million.
It's so crazy how much it's gone up. And I know that was, oh my God, that was like nearly 20 years ago. But
what's even crazier is that NBA players are making their money guaranteed, and it's like these huge contracts are like mid-level players in the NBA.
Oh, that 2016, like there were guys making $15 million a year. Solomon Hill was making like 10, and he was like a 6-point per game player off the bench.
It is really crazy. Let's take this thing full circle though.
That
Trevor
comment
Lawrence,
about Tom following through with the punishments, but I watched the whole Taylor Swift thing. Okay, I watched that whole thing. I wore the dress on the show. Just so everybody, just so we know.
Yeah. Are you and Jess okay after she set the camera to what was it, slow motion?
We're working through it. We're working through it still.
All right.
I'll tell you who needs a raise. This is Gardner Minshew.
The only quarterback who has been paid another contract from his same team. Do we think who will be the highest paid quarterback out of this rookie draft class coming up? Or that
should be Gardner Minshew. He should be the highest paid QB in the league.
No, highest paid QB in the league should be Daniel Jones.
I also agree with that.
Daniel Jones threw 16 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, and they gave him $40 million.
Hey,
I was like, yeah, that's
it's
not
those
gonna work.
Eli vibes, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay, so this draft class is what you're saying. Who's going to be the highest
Who will
paid
be the
eventually?
highest paid quarterback out of this draft class?
Career earnings, or who will just get like the biggest
Who
contract?
gets the biggest contract first
Caleb.
Out of this draft class,
out of this draft class?
I feel
If
like
Caleb
yeah,
has any sort of pulse as a quarterback, Chicago will throw him all the money because they don't know what a
But do you think
quarterback
he
is like.
will, though? Is the real question.
I think so.
I mean, I thought Justin Fields would too.
Yes. I think Caleb Williams might be a little different than Fields. He's a little more
Caleb.
polished around.
Better command, presence in the pocket, more feel.
If Jaden Daniel, well, if Dan Snyder was still the owner of the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, all he has to do is win a playoff game, and he would get the biggest contract out of them all. Who knows how dumb Josh Harris is? But JJ McCarthy, I don't think Penix would get a big contract.
great
coming
first
up a little
pitch that
short.
JJ McCarthy threw out, by the way.
Oh my God, that was pathetic.
Right.
I'm going to go with Caleb Williams, just like Tree said, because the Bears don't know what they're doing.
There's also Drake May. Drake May is in play as well.
Drake May is always boom or bust, though. I feel like he's either going to be really, really good or terrible. Like it's going to be one or the other.
wow. You
My
guys
man
aren't
was
even thinking
returning
about Bo
kicks
Nix,
in the
are you?
Madden trailer today.
Yes, I mean, hey,
Oof.
you got to get the edge in there, man. Justin Fields has the wheels. He's like that gadget player. It's gonna be like Stewart. He's just like Cordell, just like running around.
That's true.
Oh, here's a deep ball. See ya.
Don't you
I
guys think
hope
it's
when the
crazy
Broncos
that
and Steelers play, Justin Fields returns a kick in that game. I really, really do.
That would be
I mean,
amazing.
I think it'd be the best thing that could happen for Tree and I is Justin
Him
Fields
with Cordell.
returning
Him with
for
Cordell.
a
Patterson.
touchdown
Let's
against
go.
the Broncos.
Tree,
Yes,
you should
I
go
agree.
to Denver for that game.
I'm thinking either that or I stream with Brandon for the shenanigans. Either way.
That would be fun.
Or you could go there and stream with him, just like I
But
did that one time.
you got to make a
Maybe.
bet. You guys got to make a bet for that game. Like the loser has to do something.
Mhm.
The loser has to kiss the winner.
Ooh,
And both
that
people lose.
makes two winners.
Yeah.
Two
I mean,
losers.
it depends. Like, I mean, it depends
Think
who's
about
really
it, guys.
winning, though. You know.
What if all our punishments are just kissing each other?
I actually had an
That
idea
is
last
a
night.
turn for the weird.
I had an idea last night on the dumpster fire. It would be a reverse punishment where we actually punish the audience. Where if Tree were to win the punishment, he would work out in a t-shirt and sweat in it, and then put it in a Ziploc bag, then send it to whoever made the largest donation. And they would have to film themselves opening said shirt and putting it on. And then we
Hey,
would play the
hey.
clip on Clickbait.
And you gotta
Sports.
send it the slowest possible shipping route too, so that
Yes.
it bakes and cooks in there.
Express mail. You know what? We're gonna bring back the old Western Union postal carrier. I'm gonna give him a
send it
flask of whiskey and they're
overseas.
gonna do it by horseback.
Just to go back.
I feel like
right. Send it to someone in Japan. to
yeah,
have them
somebody's gonna get real sick from that, and then we're gonna get sued. Tree's sweat turned into some sort of uncurable
Patient
bacteria in the shirt through the mail. Seems
Yeah.
like a bad idea.
Sometimes you gotta let
urine
the
is
bacteria
sterile.
flow.
Urine is sterile. So is sweat. Sweat.
You say he's gonna pee on the shirt?
No, he's not gonna
Nah.
pee. He's just gonna.
Well, why
sweat.
are you
If
bringing
know-
up
I,
urine?
I pee on it with my sweat. I mean, if sweating
Pee
were an
is
athletic talent,
sweat-
I'd be Mike Trout.
Sweat is the
Sweat is
same
not
thing as
wrong
pee.
to go.
Aren't you?
No.
Don't you know that when you work out and you sweat, you're just peeing all over yourself?
I feel
I
like
don't know about that, dude.
I feel
like-
like that's not true. I feel like
It is.
feel like we got to be on
Hold
Joe
on.
Rogan to start making those claims.
Here, let me Google this. Is sweat pee?
Is there? I guess is there urea in sweat? Is that what you're asking? Oh shit!
I don't think that. I mean,
Both
this is gonna be
consistent.
a shorter stream. This stream is a short.
Yes.
How much
pee
pee is
for
in sweat? Is that what we're trying to figure out?
Tom's
gosh.
face right now.
This-
Just ask Chat
when
GPT.
we started talking about urine and sweat, I was just like, all right, this is. It
is
took
my life.
24 minutes to get here.
Well, we
but-
started with diarrhea, so
no.
Yes.
I mean,
Or-
this
hit
is
the-
what
That's
I would
on
call
me, and
clickbait
that's on
sports,
me.
man.
We've hit for the excrement cycle, everyone. All we have to do is
Bro.
talk about a little.
I just
We've
asked
been
ChatGPT.
gone a month and we're already talking about pee and
just
urine
asked
and fecal matter.
ChatGPT,
That's great. That's
Urine
great.
and sweat are not the same, although they are both ways the body eliminates waste.
Mhm.
They're not the same.
See?
Yeah, we knew
Similar.
that. We,
They're
I think
symbiotic.
we all knew that.
Mhm.
Since
think
this is
Adam
a shorter
But I
stream,
don't know.
we got about 5 minutes remaining. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about that is pressing and or urgent?
What do you guys feel
Well, that-
about with the 18th game, the proposals coming out for the NFL?
Please, God, no.
With the 18th
Are they trying to
game,
do it soon?
I think, I know Goodell's been more or less trying to push it. I
The
know,
only
they
thing
mentioned
I'm
it on
trying to figure out
McAfee. They
is
mentioned it on a few other things too.
how do you care about player safety and health if you're adding an 18th game? How does that, and then taking away another preseason game, which the players have used in the past to prepare their bodies for the actual season? So I just don't know how you can square those two things away and say you're all about health while you're adding another one of these violent games to the list. So
But is there any way they can do that before the next CBA though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they can. So this is kind of a moot point for years. Yeah.
They, I
Unless
mean, I
you
guess the only
magically
way they
reopen the
could is
CBA negotiation.
if they made
void it.
some sort of concession, right?
Like get
That-
the owners meeting.
The,
like
the NFLPA would have to agree to like do an amendment or something.
Yeah.
Or it's
Yeah.
just like the Constitution.
I
Or
would like there to be an 18th game strictly for the mathematical standpoint. Like keep seeing like 12-5 records or 13-4. Like I can't figure it out in my head. It would be much easier if it just added up to 18.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
as
I
soon
have
as
to
you
say.
catch on to the math of the current situation, that's when they're going to change it.
Yeah, exactly.
thing
So
is-
once
Makes
I get
sense to you.
acclimated,
when
to
you
it, like,
add
I
a
won't be
game,
able to
it
handle
does change everything because it changes stats. It changes records. Players are going to be able to break records easily. They're going to be able to rush for more yards, throw for more yards. So I don't know. I personally,
2031, by the way, 2031 is when this current
Okay.
CBA expires.
I'd love to see
dead by then.
if they had an 18th game. I'd love to see 2 bye weeks. Like that could be a way. That
I
would be the
think-
concession, right?
I think that's going to be part of the concession. I think it's going to be that, cutting preseason games and maybe adding a little more of a cut into the overall revenue pool for the players. I think that's what's going to happen.
As long as the season doesn't start earlier, I can deal with it.
Why? Why wouldn't you want it to start
It's
early?
cutting into the summer. Let more football in the winter, right? That's what I
Yeah.
want.
I think they're shooting
Well, I mean,
for
a longer-
Super Bowl on President's Day.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
So
A longer
the
season
most
benefits
American
us
thing
all.
ever. That's right.
all right, we got a
Longer-
couple minutes remaining here. Let's go to the countdown early so we can see.
That's right. We go into the countdown, baby. Here we go. Yeah. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. 5 is going to play baseball. Will he score or not? Who knows? Maybe he'll talk about it next week if we're here. Or he'll swing a bat and then the bases will clear. And it'll be a home run. And they'll be like, you did it, kid. And they pat him on the back and said,
I'll start off. I got
Right.
the 0.
hell yeah.
crap.
$37.95.
Russell,
$4.99.
why?
Oh,
Why?
what's
Why,
this
Russ?
about a
Why?
shirt, Russell?
Oh,
Wilson?
come on, Russell.
I had
Wilson.
116.99.
Crap.
You got
217.
Yep,
Oh,
217.
you would have beat me by $1. Oh, I almost wish that 100 didn't come in.
Stupid Russell Wilson.
So, Free, you're gonna
Sorry,
sweat in a
Kyle.
shirt and mail it to Russell Wilson, the actual Russell Wilson.
No, not the actual Russell Wilson. God.
I would love Free. You know what would be funnier is if you showed up to training camp.
Oh my God.
Or-
Can you try to get, can you have video of trying to get Russell Wilson's autograph at training camp?
Yes,
That'd be a good punishment.
Yes, in a sweaty shirt. Well, yeah. Well, it's gonna be summertime. You're gonna be sweaty anyways.
It's true.
To get him to sign your sweaty shirt and then send that shirt to a fan, that would be beautiful.
I mean, well, I need a sweat-resistant pen, though. That's the only thing.
Honestly, just worry about that. I would say the jersey
Yeah.
first, because just him trying to get a Russell Wilson would be phenomenal.
Oh, look who else! Somebody jumped up. You know what?
Oh
That ain't
my
me.
God!
Bro,
Hey.
Wow!
Come on,
you
man.
got that.
it's
That wasn't me.
that there's Come on now. There's
Yes.
rules and there's
Yes.
decorum here, and you know
Yes.
it. I'll
Yes.
give the fee,
Punish him.
Yes. Yes.
Punish him. Punish
Wow.
him. Please.
but come on now.
Punish him, please.
Also, that's
French stale
weird.
pie.
That's weird. Yeah, we're not doing. That's weird.
Underrated pie, by the way.
Didn't we say that if it was over $250, it counts for the punishment? I
no,
remember
we've
us.
never said that, Scooter.
No,
think
that's
y'all
an
agree.
arbitrary
I have
rule.
to go to a meeting.
Okay,
Oh, no,
what
you have
we'll
to
do
go
is
to a
we'll
I've got a
count
baseball
towards
game.
Tom on
I
the
gotta
next
take you
round.
and
Yes,
Dom
so that
out.
500
Oh,
goes
no.
to Tom for next week.
Fine, great,
Stop
wonderful.
showing
I'm
my
streaming the GCU
flex.
tonight.
You're
Coach season
flooding
3.
it,
Yeah, guys.
I'm
watching
doing
it. You're all
research
in
on the
hell.
future haters,
Bye.
guys.